The Israelites were living as slaves in Egypt, oppressed under Pharaoh's harsh rule. God chose Moses to lead his people to freedom and commanded him to go to Pharaoh with a simple message: "Let my people go." But Pharaoh's heart was hard, and he refused to free the Israelites. To show his power and convince Pharaoh, God sent 10 plagues upon Egypt. The first plague turned the Nile River into blood, killing the fish and making the water undrinkable. Pharaoh still refused to listen. Then came swarms of frogs, gnats and flies, each plague disrupting Egypt's peace. Next, the livestock died, the people broke out in painful boils, and a hailstorm destroyed their crops. Pharaoh wavered, but kept refusing to let the Israelites go. Then came the 8th and 9th plagues, swarms of locusts that devoured what little food was left, and a deep darkness that covered the land for 3 days. Yet Pharaoh's heart remained stubborn. Finally, God sent the 10th and most devastating plague. He warned that every firstborn in Egypt would die unless the Israelites marked their doorposts with the blood of a lamb, signifying their obedience and trust in him. That night, the angel of death passed through Egypt, sparing the houses marked with the lamb's blood. This became known as the first Passover. Grief swept through Egypt, and Pharaoh finally ordered the Israelites to leave. Hurriedly, they packed their belongings and began their journey out of slavery. God led them with a pillar of cloud by day and a pillar of fire by night. But Pharaoh changed his mind and sent his army to chase them. The Israelites found themselves trapped between the Red Sea and Pharaoh's soldiers. Fearful, they cried out to God. Moses stretched out his staff, and God miraculously parted the sea, allowing the Israelites to cross on dry ground. When Pharaoh's army followed, the waters rushed back, destroying them. The Israelites were free at last, and they praised God for his mighty deliverance. Their journey to the Promised Land had begun, and they learned to trust in the God who had rescued them with his great power and love.